Imagine you look up at the sky one completely ordinary morning, only to realize that the universe has just done something absolutely impossible. We are talking about an event that would make every single scientist, government official, and everyday person on Earth just stop breathing for a second. Commutes halt, the news goes dead silent. What if a wormhole, suddenly, without a single warning, opens directly above our planet?
You see, this wouldn't just be some rare astronomical events to squint at through a telescope. It would be a literal wound in space itself. A doorway where the very rules of physics, the fundamental laws of gravity and space-time that we trust to keep our feet on the ground, just bend, twist, and completely fail.
Okay, let's dive into exactly how the world would react to reality abruptly breaking into human life.
Those initial reports of a shimmering hole or some strange gravitational anomaly would probably sound like a social media prank, right? Or maybe a massive sensor glitch. But that transition from disbelief to panic would be terrifyingly fast. By the first hour, as absolute confirmation rolls in from military radar and global space agencies, the joke ends. By day one, as the reality truly sets in, global disbelief transforms into absolute, paralyzing fear.
Governments would instantly slam the brakes and pivot to containment. I mean, picture every single commercial flight worldwide being grounded simultaneously just to clear the airspace. Space agencies would scramble every available satellite to monitor this thing from orbit, while military forces lock down massive protective perimeters on the ground. Authorities would desperately issue public calls for calm, but let's be real. Keeping billions of people calm while a cosmic anomaly hangs over their heads, practically impossible.
The core terror of this whole scenario stems from one sudden, horrifying realization. The sky is no longer a ceiling. It's a doorway. In just a matter of hours, Earth goes from feeling like this infinite, safe home to feeling incredibly small, utterly exposed, and violently connected to something unimaginably vast.
And this brilliantly illustrates how a localized anomaly instantly triggers global systemic shockwaves.
Look, markets absolutely detest uncertainty, and there is literally no greater uncertainty than a cosmic-scale anomaly. You'd see instant, catastrophic volatility. Insurance markets would completely freeze. How do you even calculate the risk of an unknown dimension? Global trading systems would descend into absolute chaos as algorithms and human traders just panic. Meanwhile, the defense sector would go on an immediate, indefinite, high-alert lockdown.
But the most terrifying military implication here is that far away is no longer a fixed concept. If a portal connects one point in our sky to somewhere entirely unknown, global defense structures become completely obsolete overnight. The old rules of geography, borders, and national security, they simply do not apply when a cosmic backdoor opens right above you.
Let's move over to the scientific frenzy, where the world's greatest minds have to determine if this is our greatest discovery or a planetary crisis.
The crucial point scientists will be racing to figure out involves some truly extreme physics. They need to measure the radius, the electromagnetic output, and gravitational lensing, which is basically how much the anomaly bends the starlight behind it. They'd also have to measure tidal forces, just to ensure the gravity isn't going to rip the Earth apart. But above all else, they need to know if it's stable, because an unstable wormhole could violently collapse. A stable one, however, well, that means things can actually travel through it.
Now, to look inside, we wouldn't just jump right in. Science would have to balance insatiable human curiosity against profound existential caution. The observation protocol would be incredibly strict. Step 1. Unmanned sensors and lasers just to see how light reacts. Step 2. Robotic probes for close-up data. Human passage, that final step, would only happen much, much later, if ever. Because once a human steps through that threshold, it is an entirely irreversible action.
And the stakes elevate terrifyingly when we consider time displacement. In theoretical physics, wormholes can actually have time differences between their endpoints. If this connects to another era, we could literally be observing the past or the future, causing the very causality of our universe, basic cause and effect, to become incredibly fragile. The stakes move from just spatial exploration to a civilization-defining challenge of managing time itself.
Beyond the science, the simple presence of this wormhole would trigger a massive existential shift, rewriting theology, art, and human imagination for generations.
Humanity would sharply divide into these extreme ideological factions. For some, the wormhole would be viewed as proof of a grand cosmic design, right? A higher order.
But for others, it would be a terrifying realization that the universe is far stranger than any prepared belief system, proving that reality is much more flexible and dangerous than our ordinary lives ever suggested.
The most emotionally intense part of this entire scenario would be the agonizing wait to see if intelligent life is on the other side. Are they friendly, hostile, insanely advanced, fragile? We are so used to naming and classifying things only after we understand them. This portal forces us to meet the absolute unknown on equal footing, before we can even begin to comprehend it.
If the wormhole remains open, humanity must face the long-term consequences, oscillating between two extreme endpoints of fate.
Ultimately, it comes down to two absolute extremes. On the best-case side, we've got a cosmic shortcut across distance, sparking unprecedented cooperation and serving as the gateway to a breathtaking new age for our civilization. But the worst-case scenario is utterly apocalyptic. Violent gravitational collapse, blasts of harmful radiation, or a direct path for alien invasion and biological contamination. It is literally either the dawn of interstellar infrastructure or a catastrophic lesson in why some doors should just stay closed.
Ultimately, this impossible event proves reality is far more connected than we ever dared to imagine. It proves that the universe may not be a closed book. It might actually be full of openings, just waiting for the exact moment we are finally ready to see them.
Which leaves us with one final, civilization-defining question to ponder long after this explainer ends. Is the universe finally opening its doors? And are we truly ready to look inside?